So I started this boards folder. Some of them were obvious, and I just made an MR for those. And then some of them are like, I don't know, there is way too much going on. And so I decided to separate them on their own component and on their own MR.
Mm-hmm.
So since we have this, maybe we can take a look at this.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
I know the boards is really tough because like it doesn't use Vuex as a store. It does this homegrown store thing.
It has its own store and some classes. Right, there is like classes and like classes that import classes. So what I did here, I just moved them to front end and run the Jest to those code mode on top of it. And like 4 or 5 files, they actually, and they are already on a merge request. This is on top of that merge request, just for the mock data to be all here.
Cool.
Would you like to start with this board spec? So this reference our Vue component, I think, so we are still okay. But this list is a class. Well, let's see what happens. Yes, so there is a problem with one of those because we use X templates. So our HAML file will have, let's see this terminal output. You can see that normally I don't run the terminal here. Huh? That's the one. So basically our HAML file in this case will have an X template script tag, and then the component inside this board components board. There is the form, but this inside will have this thing, and clearly Jest doesn't have the runtime inside. In the past, when this was a template literal, I would rewrite this to an SFC, but this is a X template tag, so this is partially defined here and partially defined in the HAML.
Yeah, that's really tough. Can we open it in the HAML just for fun and see what it looks like?
The HAML? Yeah.
Can you do a search for JS board template maybe?
Yeah, it's faster. There you go. And then
rendering. Oh yeah. So can we open up that too? Yeah, thanks.
This one. I mean.
Oh gosh. Okay. So this kind of thing really scares me. And have we talked about Vue injection security concerns? So do you know what I'm talking about, IP?
Yes, this is like, to be honest, this has another problem with it. Without thinking about security, one of the problems is it's not properly externizable. And we have like extra scanners to find like language strings in here. When was this written? Like,
I don't know.
Because I thought that we're slowly getting rid of it, but it seems like
this 9 months ago, apparently.
Well,
or 2 years ago.
Yeah. I think it's been here for a while, but we've been just building on top of it.
So my question here would be, how much is it actually getting from Rails directly? Right.
So look at this.
There's a few render if exists.
Yeah, and then
this is the full template.
And if you scroll down, like there's one in line where we do like if add group too. That'll be really tough to unravel.
Should we even like rewrite this to an SFC, or should we try to have the runtime?
So this is a good question. Since Justin shook his head when I talked about the security thing, can you go back to the board thing? And he may know what I'm talking about. He may just be feeding me on it. But if you go to the board HTML HAML,
yes.
Yeah. So the biggest issue is if you were going to do a HAML injection, so like where we do equal render if exists, if we did something like equal project name or group name,
yeah.
If you name your group, curly whatever, I can now inject JavaScript because Vue runs JavaScript. And so none of that's, you totally lose all the nice escaping that you kind of get with regular HAML stuff.
Or regular Vue stuff.
Or regular Vue stuff. Yeah, you're right. So mixing HAML and Vue is, or any kind of template or thing.
No. What I meant is that in the test, so basically Jest is not able to run this because it doesn't have the runtime, right? It see something which is not a render function and it's like, can't do with this.
So how did it work in Karma?
Karma spins the browser, so doesn't need to compile it, right?
I wonder if we actually could get performance gains by moving it. If we have something like this, my personal preference would be, hey, could we please just fix that thing and then we can test it more easily?
Well, the other option, yes, is to like drop it and then open an issue and say refactor this thing to a single file component.
Yeah.
And then write the test for it, right?
Yeah. That'll be a little tough. I mean, we could do it.
But, this kind of refactors, they are harder if you don't have unit tests to work on. So if we could fix the unit test, we could provide a handrail for whoever does the refactor to Vue, right? Especially
by the way, I'm wondering, so it's using the hashtag template syntax, so the hashtag JS whatever, because it uses the X template, right?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Because I was like, why don't they just select like document whatever?
So right? As far as I understood, the X template is just telling you like your template is in this div, go pick it up from this div, now compile it, right?
Yes.
Compile it as if it was a string and move on.
Couldn't you put this back into Karma, refactor this in SFC, get Karma passing, and then move the Karma test to Jest afterwards?
Yeah, that's probably it. So basically, don't touch this at all. Leave it to Karma and use the Karma as a guideline to refactor this to SFC, right?
Yeah, and still do it all in the same MR if you want, but just get Karma happy first with the new SFC version and then move it over to Jest. I totally agree with IP that this is a problem in itself, and I wouldn't let this go unfixed to try and. I think it's a mistake to try and make Jest happy with doing something the wrong way than to fix it the first time.
I think that sounds like a good idea. If we were interested in just adjust this, we could like make a fixture out of this, and then we could overwrite and view whatever template, or even mount to our shadow DOM like an element ID with this as the body of it. So you technically can have in our Jest environment, we can have templates that are like this coming from elements, and we can get them from fixtures. But it's far from ideal. And there's some huge technical debt here, and it probably makes sense to keep the unit tests that are working in place, refactor it, and then move the unit tests. I think it's a good idea. So let's call this the HAML dis.
Let's want to do it right now.
Do you want to do it right now, or do you want to keep Jest?
I think this is a bigger scope than refactor. I mean, we won't finish this in 1 hour. I guarantee.
Challenge accepted.
That is a challenge.
Let me open my Ruby mind to show you what a good tool looks like.
I think you'll be surprised.
Not with that attitude, you won't. Let's do it.
I mean, the biggest question for me, to be honest, would be the render if exists, because render if exists hints at a CEE split, and that's the reason why I would agree. How many of those do we have? Looks like 2 or 3, right?
3.
And the question is how much stuff is like actually coming in from Ruby, because if you look at most of the template, it's actually not coming from Ruby at all.
Yeah, I think it's mostly just there's these render if exists, and that's it, right? Oh my gosh, we could do this.
Let me open all of them. Some events, some VBs.
This is so easy.
This is your time to shine, Nico. Cameras are rolling. Make it happen.
You know, I forgot that some people have this. As soon as you say it's not possible, it becomes like the mission, right?
Well,
I have a gym buddy that
I
is
want to
like
point
this.
out that everyone that said let's do this is not currently doing it.
Well, I think it's a lot of work, and there's a little bit of risk to it. So I understand if you want to save it for another storm.
No, I mean, so when we do this kind of stuff cross stage, I get worried that the work may block impact and functionality, and I will coordinate with the people of that stage. So my workflow idea will be, let's open an issue, let's put in show and tell. Next Tuesday, we discuss with that stage. It's like, is it okay to do this? Or if we do this, we are gonna like
That's a really good
derail
idea.
your milestone.
Because this is a lot. It's feasible that someone that's changing this, or we can see right here that there's this last was touched 3 months ago, like, and we can also imagine that maybe that change is really small, that resolving that merge conflict hopefully is like, but anyways, I'm fine doing whatever. I think this is doable-ish, especially in our 45 minutes left of call, because I don't see a lot of HAML coming from here. But it is scary. It's changing production code rather than just test code. I don't like.
I throw out a radical idea here, if you're okay with it. I would personally like to see what this type of refactor would look like. Even if we don't keep it and submit the MR, it would be very beneficial to me and maybe to somebody else watching the video later to see what refactoring HAML and SFC would be.
Are you still happy driving the car?
Yeah, sure. I mean, it's not a problem about driving. It's just to be effective. But from the learning point of view, I think that's a good time well spent, right? So,
and from the learning point of HAML as well, yeah.
So let's do it. I think we can just we can use this board.js as our entry point as every normal stuff and start making a board component here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Personally, I would probably do it like this. I would take the HAML, convert the HAML to HTML, copy it in, keep every if condition as a comment, right? And the render if exists, and to get it working first, and then put like the few if else statements that we have in, worry about those.
But if you don't put it, you want to convert the YAML to SFCs. We still need an SFC to load, right? Or I misunderstood something what you said.
I would take this HAML, convert it directly to HTML, because SFCs are HTML. I basically would probably do it in the board component that we already have, right? Because where it's currently mounted, because it's the template of that component. So like all the properties. But we will need to
write a string here. That's the problem. That's the issue.
I think we can let's just add, we can easily convert this to an SFC, I think. If we just get rid of the Vue extend and we just export default and objects, if we wrap this in a script thing.
Okay, yeah. Sorry,
Yeah, and the reason why I was making an SFC to load here is that is usually that is the pattern, right? But we can make this an FSC.
Right, SFC. But no, I think either way is good. I think how you're approaching it. It looks like let's copy over the script parts first, and then we can copy over the template. But yeah, you're right. We're going to be translating that YAML into HTML.
The thing is that I will pick up all of this, right? There is to export default like this. Okay, and probably most of the imports.
Okay. All of the imports.
There's those top two.
And we don't need Vue for sure, right? What? Okay. Sorry, I need to move your face away so I can see the right part. Okay.
Okay, then I think it's just template time.
Yeah.
As far as I could tell. So previously we had a template property to our component option. Now we're translating this to SFC so that we don't have to just pass a string, and we can actually make this nice, pretty HTML that's nicely colored. but it's gonna look really funky. Oh man.
Oh,
I would, as I said, I would run it through a converter.
Really?
do a
mean,
converter?
Yeah,
Do
it's
you have
pretty
one?
easy.
Do you have
Yes,
one at hand?
100%.
I kind of feel like we have to look through it, you know, word by word.
No, we don't have to, because a lot of the stuff is just HTML, and everything that's not HTML we can fix later.
The chat was going on.
Okay.
Let me bring the
Okay, for me it's working. Is it Italy or is it sorry?
it's Hungary actually.
Ah, Hungary.
Yep. Well,
Wow.
What?
What's the difference? There's no difference.
HTTPS.
Oh, one is
probably.
HTTPS, one's HTTP. There you go. Okay.
unexpected queue,
So which line is that?
line 2, column 36. So I suppose this
Oof.
is this QA selector.
That's really weird.
Probably
Oh,
even
can you change the converter? Maybe that converter is funky. There's herbalizer, but it looks like you can change the.
Here.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that looks good. Let's look if let's have a look if the if else's are still in
Oh
there.
no, they're not there. I don't
No.
feel good about this.
Ah shit.
And maybe we can compare it quickly like this. Oh boy,
Yes.
this is so much less. It's because it's formatted, or
But I think we also lost our render if exists and stuff. I really think we might want to just manually convert it. It's not that much.
I mean, yeah, I think it took some ideas for me to like remove stuff. Okay, from scratch again.
But we did identify a gap in the HAML converting industry of
Maybe there is another website that we can leverage.
converting to Vue templates. That's where it's at.
So it's okay if we go line by line.
I love it. But we need to get rid of those dots.
Yeah, and you're missing the data ID and data selector.
What?
The second line is also part of the same element.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, whoa! That was
Okay, so this is an object,
that's
right?
an object, yeah.
Seems okay. I hope that the formatter will like it at the end. Why still upset? Equal. Right. Let's close this.
But then we have the second line of this element.
Yeah, I know, but
The class is unhappy because of the quotes. Maybe use simple quotes first and then let Prettier do its thing.
Unexpected.
yes, that's a good idea.
That's really fancy. Oh yeah, we should have been doing this manually. With moves like that, Nico.
I mean, this is just like multi-selection.
Yeah, but you're like skipping to quotes.
No, I just select the first and then
automatically like just knows what you want to do. I don't know. It seems fancy to me.
So this data QA selector actually translates to
data minus QA. Yeah.
And the QA selector, I think, will also be hyphenated, right? HAML like hyphenates all of the stuff, I believe.
But I mean, what we want in the HTML is this.
I think that QA and between QA and selector will be a hyphen.
Yes, actually, you're right. I think so. Yes.
All right, we're like 2% done. Let's keep going.
Wow. Let's go inside. This definitely needs like a second set of eyes. This is all class, right?
Yep.
So this is a header, right?
Yep.
I always get confused. When is the ampersand? This is like is the tag name,
That's
right?
the tag name. Yep.
Oh gosh, I wonder if it would be more useful to refactor it within HAML and remove every variable that comes from HAML and use a variable that comes from Vue, right? Because like all these list variables are potentially different than what we have available in our Vue component right now.
But that's what we were going to have, right?
Okay, yeah.
Because
Probably
if we, this is actually Vue template written in YAML, right? So it's just written in different format.
But the list.preset actually comes from Rails directly.
The list dot, where is that?
Line 186, for example, in the Vue. That comes
In the Vue?
directly out of HAML.
Yeah. That's going to be the scary part. So we need to just identify all of those scary parts and then deal with those.
Yeah, you don't know if that list is the same list, right?
Wait.
You don't know if this list is semantically the same as the other list, because here in the template, you directly access some Ruby Rails entity while, you know, you don't know what ends up as
which
a list.
one? But which one?
Line 1, for example, in line 1 you have list preset, list ID. And
No,
all
this is the JavaScript list, right?
It's actually a string. Like, so we're passing strings, and that's what's weird.
So this is like is building the Vue in YAML, right? It's building the Vue component in YAML. Like,
yeah, now I see it with class. Oh God, it escaped already. Yeah, never mind.
Yeah.
So we need to worry only if we see stuff that is not, and I think there is none, by the way.
But I hear bringing up a really good point. We need to be worried. We have to be really cognizant of that difference, because if we are copying something that's not a stringified, Vue already escapes.
But it will always start with a dash, right? Because of YAML words.
Unless we're doing like an attribute, like a data equals whatever. Unless if it's not wrapped in a string, we should be really aware of that, because then we are accessing something that's not the Vue list, but it is a different list, and that is really scary. Hey Chad, I see you hopped on.
Hello. Good morning,
Hi.
everybody.
We're doing really scary stuff here.
Yeah, we're converting a HAML template to Vue.
I broke it this time. I did it, right?
I think the closing.
Yes. And you go away and style.
Oh my gosh.
Inline style is always great.
Yes.
I've heard people like inline styles because they're way more maintainable than classes and CSS, right?
Yeah, that's always true, 100% of the time.
Oh my gosh.
You got me so confused that I forgot even what to write here on this line.
Don't forget that comma you have hanging out.
There's a comma around?
Before the style tag, there's an extra comma.
Okay, thank you. And style, blah, 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 data QA selector, this becomes unequal, and I think we can remove all of this. And why you are not happy, close the tag.
I think we were already closing the tag, I believe.
No, like the weird smile, yeah.
Okay, and QA needs to have a dash after.
Thank you.
So one thing to also give us a little more confidence with all this that we're doing, one thing that I've done is copy the production HTML on master into a file. Do this huge Vue template conversion. Ideally, that HTML that's produced should be the same. So when we're done with all of this, let's actually run it, get this to load, and then copy the board part of the HTML that gets loaded on production as like a snapshot of this is what we expect this to look like. And then we can diff it compared to this new branch that we have. So it gives us a little bit of extra boost that we're not accidentally renaming QA attributes and things like that.
And doing damages, right?
Yeah. I mean, not to say that we shouldn't still be careful, but I don't know. If we have five engineers looking at this, I think we're being pretty careful.
Yeah, and it's also pretty cheap, right?
Yeah.
I think you need to do the colon class here. I think it
Yes.
is. Yeah.
Correct. And still not happy.
Yeah, it's at the end. I think
The end one, yeah. One too many, and there we go. I like it when Prettier kicks in and stuff.
Yeah.
And we are just at line 4, people.
Oh man, we need to go deeper.
Yeah. This is inside the H3, right? The other thing is like to be careful to not fry the indentation because it's meaningful, right? If anybody believes that can go faster than me, just shout suggestion or like say,
so
you know.
What if you took this one element at a time like you're doing? Could you grab it piecemeal and run it through that converter that IP showed? Because then it would be
that's
smaller
actually a good
chunks.
idea. Let me try with this piece.
Yes, that should be pretty easy. I think it dropped some data attributes, to be honest. Yeah, you need to de-indent it first. You need to
indenting at the beginning.
The first one, yeah. I think even one more. I think it's enough if you,
but this
doesn't have all the data attributes in there. Can you go back to the other? Can you go back to the other herbalizer thingy? Doesn't like it at all.
Man, herbalizers they're on some herbs or something.
Yeah, you shouldn't use herbs during the workday.
Yeah.
No.
Solved.
You could potentially like imagine Rails. If you open a Rails console, I imagine there's a function that maybe you can run to.
Couldn't we just open like a live GitLab board to copy this from? Because the
then we're gonna get
the function,
rendered
right?
Vue stuff as well. We're gonna lose our Vue tooltip and other things as well. Once Vue, because Vue's gonna take control of this as well.
What if we disable JavaScript on that page? Then the XHTML should be safe, or look at the source of it.
That's a good idea.
That is a good idea. But if we disable JavaScript on the page, yeah.
I don't even know which page we're currently touching. Is it like a normal board?
Right?
I think it's the root board.
The root board? What's the root board?
Oh, I think it's the main board page.
I don't know. We are recording, so we need to go somewhere that is safe, I suppose.
Oh, our board is public, isn't it? Or is it not public?
Confidential issues are the problem. But if you just go on some issue board, I mean, we don't need to upload it to unfiltered, right? So if a confidential,
let's try to. I have a project I was working on yesterday. Oh,
that looks good. No confidential issues.
Awesome. Okay.
For now, if I don't scroll around, right?
Yes. And now the XHTML thing should be there somewhere, right? Like.
Yeah.
So you have to disable JavaScript.
But we can look at the source, right?
Or just
the
use
source.
Yeah.
Use the source.
Okay.
So we don't have like the stuff that are injected by JavaScript, right?
Right. Wow. Hey, this is a good idea.
Maybe if I search for these, I don't know.
Well, we should be able to search for that ideas, right?
Without the dot.
Without the dot, yeah. Without the dot. Yeah. There it is.
What?
Oh god.
I clicked by mistake on this. So
there you have it.
Oh yeah, no. I don't feel good about this, everybody.
Oh Jesus, look at this.
Just do it. It's perfect.
Just do it.
But look, it's all escaped.
Okay, but this is if it's the same escape, it's one search and replace, huh? Wait a sec. Let's try this.
We can just run it to an HTML to
stop it.
Did you see the skills Nico was like whipping out with? Oh no! Don't delete all of it.
No. Wait. The panic.
I know. I just lived through that. That was All right.
So I'm going to have a root div so the guy stop screaming at me,
Okay.
right? I'm going to add this, and then I'm gonna say a quote this.
Yes.
Oh gosh.
I could have like did a search and replace here, but this is more satisfying. Of course, no. First delete and then this.
Yeah.
And
And
no, it's the single quote actually.
Yeah.
yes, and the other one is the double quote, right?
The double quote is not escaped.
There's still
amp-
another, the amp is escaped, and
yeah,
you can
there's
see that there's
the
something
amp
else escaped.
is there too.
Where?
Amp.
Sorry.
On
Yeah, the
232.
ampersand, but where?
232.
232.
you could probably do a search for just ampersands and see all the things that are escaped. But that's a good search and replace.
But why is taking only the first? That's interesting.
Oh, because you have a space selected first.
Yes, let's remove the space. And
But I would just do I would just do a search and replace for all and amps.
Sorry, I do with this because I like to see them around. Okay. This becomes, it's an and, right?
Yeah. Then you have ampersand hashtag 39,
yes,
which also should be a quote. Yeah, this is
it's
just
a single quote rule, right?
Single quote or double quote shouldn't matter. Prettier will take care of it for us.
No, oh Jesus, no. Like this.
Nice.
There is one here as well. Okay, I think I'm gonna do all of
them.
them.
A handful more.
You have the spaces. You have spaces again.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, but here is still upset because why is this?
Probably because maybe the order of things is.
No, it seems like the search and replace broke something in the end, because in the template it has like list title or empty string, and at the end you currently don't have an empty string.
Yeah, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably we. Or. Oh wow.
So now we just need to make sure which if else's we have actually added, because a few of those things that you probably see rendered because we are on EE and gold should not be in there if we are on CE.
The VL, the VE.
So we have like the render if exists and stuff.
This render if exists, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Paul, you look so concerned.
Yeah, I am, but.
So this is probably the render if exists, right? List milestone.
Yeah.
What if I mark them?
Yes, to do render if exists or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's copy the HAML line too. There might be nice. Yep.
This one.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
And
cool.
Then AA. What is this though?
That should be fine. That and I think that adds.
It's a binding, right?
Yeah. That's just a Vue thing.
Okay. This is another problem.
So that should be still there. Can you look if it's still there?
No, that should not still be there, right?
No, I mean the thing at the top, like the list assignee username. It should be still in the template, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there it is.
No, this is the type. Yeah. But okay, the at is just the actual at. It's not like something.
Yeah.
So this is stuff that we will need to bring through from the HAML entry point at this point, right?
Yep. Technically, in like, or if can, that's something we need to do. So that's a to-do that we'd want to add above our little delete button, I guess.
Yeah, let me search for board
on
delete.
Line 316, or no, it's right there. Yeah.
To do add. I'm gonna do. Like this.
Awesome.
Why are you an admin, Nico? What is this thing actually checking? If can current user admin, if you can administer lists. Okay, makes sense. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
And then we have issue count a little bit afterwards, I guess. I can't see.
There it is.
Issue count, batch count. issue count badge, and the render if exists. What does it say? List weight.
Mm-hmm.
What is inside list
total
weight?
weight. You can it's the total weight there.
This one?
Yes, because the total weight is like we only have issue weights in EE. So everything that's related here to issue weight. So everything after the closing span is to do the tooltip and the other one.
Nice.
And then there should be another tooltip
That
here,
icon
and then list settings, right?
Yes.
That icon too on line 64 is strange.
Which one? On line 3?
Line 64, the HAML.
Icon plus. Oh.
Yeah, it's the far plus in line 366.
Okay.
This is probably something where we can make people happy if we replace it by a
GitLab
DL icon or something.
But
yeah,
that
but
should
one
be
step
working.
at a time, right?
That should be working for Font Awesome still. So
That's true.
yeah.
But aren't we in the process of writing Font Awesome?
We are.
Yeah, but that's another step, I would say.
So, but this is render if exists list setting, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is right after the tooltip. Okay, it's here. And then there is board list, board blank state, and board promotion
So group
state.
ID is something that has a HAML condition.
This one, right?
On line 76. 76.
So
If you go down to group ID.
Yeah. Oh. So
just throw a to-do comment in there.
Yeah, it's this one, right?
Yeah.
Can't comment inside clearly.
You can't comment inside? Maybe. Well, I guess not. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean,
HTML, no. And render effect. So there is two, of course, towards the end, we have more stuff, right?
The fun thing is that this condition is the same as above. So if we just have to write the check once. Yay.
Nice. Okay. Could we just for, okay, yeah, no, that's.
What, wait a sec. Sorry. What is right here doing here?
So this is SVG because inline, span is an inline element. And now you've added white space. And this whole thing you can replace by an icon component. So if we have any other SVG class thingies in there, that's like a GitLab SVG icon with a timer. Just as this is GL icon. This is GL icon, this SVG.
Okay, let me add that to do it, huh?
Yep. And the icon is timer, if you want to write it down right.
Yeah, it's written actually.
Yeah.
Down here, but yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so let me try the thing that I was carefully and painstakingly doing by hand. And I removed the extra div.
Oh man.
Okay, it's just 400 line component, give or take.
The good thing is we also have a maintainer here right away, so we can just merge without.
And test it on master, right?
That's what these are about.
I mean, and then he can say it wasn't him because he was all today, right? Do we need jQuery?
I think we probably need everything for now.
Yeah.
Otherwise, ESLint would tell you.
Yeah. So this is good. Let's start tackling and moving some of the stuff. I would recommend.
Should we spin it? That's the thing, right?
What'd you say?
Should we spin it? So the SFC should already work as it is, right?
Yes, but it's lost some behavior. So we've lost some of those conditions and stuff. So I think
that they are coded now, right? Because we copied the HTML, right? So they should be as it is.
I'd want us to maybe capture the condition, like if current user admin list current board parent.
But we need to find the ML for this view, right? I mean, not this, but I probably is this
Where it
here,
actually
right?
gets, yeah, you could probably do, I do a search for like import dot star. I do a search for import dot star board with a
.js.
close quote.
Oh, wow. There's no like code intelligence that you can see where a component is used?
Is this,
This
are you
is
going to start selling
JavaScript,
Ruby
right?
on IP?
No, I'm not selling. You know, I should get like, how do you call
not
it?
.js, just do either double quote or single quote. So it's just gonna, because we don't have a dot view here, we're just gonna do, if we do import dot star board.
Wait a sec. Import dot star
and no
board,
space.
like
Just, oh yeah, the space should be fine. And then square bracket.
Just a closing quote. Just a simple quote, because we are on simple quotes.
Oh, okay. Then there you go. Yeah, you can do a single quote. I usually do like, yep, there you go. So it's in
index, this one?
Yep, that's what it looks like it's used in.
Ooh, there's an
Yes.
EE version of it. Oh gosh.
There's two of them, so.
Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, we need to check out this EE version. We need to look at this. Because it might not be overwriting the template. So we might be fine. It might just be extending whatever. But we should check it out. Is it board.js or boards? It might be singular.
Board.js.
It could also be that it's already deleted and EELC always falls back.
Oh, no, it looks like,
right?
Is that
this one? Okay. Woo.
Yeah, it's not doing any template stuff. We should be fine.
Maybe.
Look, it has weights feature available, so we can use that in the template right away.
Which one?
Weight feature available. This was one of our conditional includes, right? Like.
I think
was
you're.
it? Oh wow.
Was it? Yeah, that's helpful. Yes. Okay.
Was it?
But we were going back to the element that it was mounted in. That's what we were trying to find.
Yep.
In the index.js.
Yeah. So just let me. Yeah. Let me close some stuff because there you go.
I have a question here. Why are we not replacing the current boards.js with the single file component?
With board.vue?
Yeah, because otherwise we need to pipe every attribute and prop through, right? Yeah.
Oh, but we need to rename our EE one then, I guess.
That's why it's not finding it. No.
And that's fine. You just have to go rename the EE one. One thing we could do is we create our special component here, but then have board just to help us
import and ship it out, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So let's remove the spec for now. So this is our guy. We remove everything basically, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is this the right one or is board component?
So this is the board component, right? The one that we wrote.
Okay.
This is the JavaScript with the expect.
Got it.
So
yeah,
this we wrote it all, right? So we import like board component from /board com. I do have a meeting in 13. So
you would
maybe the last 5 minutes, I will just push it to a branch if somebody wants to pick it up.
That sounds good.
Should we, do we need to do the Vue extend thing here, or can we just re-export?
You should just re-export. So if you do, you can actually just do export curly default from board component.
Are you sure? Because this, we need to do with the XPath, it was going to target that div and pick up the ammo, right? Now we need to tell him like, you need to attach this component to this div.
Which div?
The one that has the same name. So we need to go in the AML and try everything, right?
I don't think so. I don't think so, because I think that the index.js where it's used here will do the binding to a div, it was just getting the template from the other thing. So when you see where board is used in this template somewhere, or where it's instantiated, it should have like another element.
Okay, yeah, it's used as a component here. So perfect.
Yeah.
You have to do curly default. Star just says named exports.
So like this.
Yep.
Okay.
Cool. And this is working now, right?
Yeah. It looks good to me.
Let me bring down a.
We're gonna make a lot of people on the planning team upset if we just like merge this on the call.
Close enough.
So export it. So we're still not happy with that, with our export.
Oh, you have it running?
Can we do import board from and then export board and then we are happy?
No, it's okay, it works. It's just the first time I probably saved it, right?
Yeah.
Why is it even loaded on the container registry page?
Because I just brought my page window from another browser where I keep, extend. What?
Then the EE one.
Is the EE one, right? Yeah.
Oh God.
Because this one is expecting what?
Because apparently it cannot extend the normal Vue component.
Can't we just do Vue.extend and pass it board?
Yes.
Right?
I would do that. But that's weird. I thought that when we imported .vue stuff, I thought it automatically extended things, right?
But this is extending, like this is a mixin, right?
I guess so. I think you may need to do Vue.extend. I didn't know extend took two parameters like this. You may have to do Vue.extend board, close parentheses, .extend.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe.
I didn't, but maybe. I haven't ever seen extend used where it's like object.assign, where you can like pass multiple things to it. That would be cool. I've never seen it like that.
Aborted because, okay. Okay.
Nice. Looks good.
Computed undefined.
That's good.
Cannot read property computed of undefined. What does that mean? What?
I don't know. Board
Apparently something is undefined and it cannot read computed. Makes complete sense. Right?
Is this?
IP is like, I don't see.
Can we simplify our life a bit and just for the moment and just say export board?
Yeah. Let's import the board.vue. Let's import the board component.vue here. I think then we could do the same thing. So let's just close whatever we have here, but then in line 5, let's import board_component.vue.
Oh yeah.
And then we can get rid of the crazy Vue stuff we were doing below there. Yeah.
I think so.
Hey, props for wanting to test this out. I was ready to just keep going.
It's the same problem.
I think there's something wrong with our board.vue thing.
I think
it may not be
something's
compiling
wrong.
and it's undefined. Something like that.
I think something in our single file component and extends. So what is the difference between extending and not extending?
In theory, it's basically mixing the two, right? Overriding whatever it's on the original with whatever you pass through. But just to be sure, can we just export the board and see if it works? Because it may be like there is a problem underneath, right?
Sure.
Yep.
Yeah, let's try it out.
Right? The ugliest file ever seen in the universe.
So my assumption was that when you import a .vue file, it automatically wraps your exported object with Vue.extend. But it looks like that might not be the case. And it looks like everything works.
What is this? What is this magic here?
So this is
Nothing?
trying to, yeah.
Perfect. Ship it.
What does the Vue loader, the Webpack loader, actually do? I'm gonna look into that.
Ah, you need to do it differently.
Extends.
Extends, yes.
What?
So
Yes.
com B extend com A. Yeah. That's nice. It's even better, right? Which is just the export default without this, right?
The
And
question
we
is
say
if it does a union of the data stuff or not.
it behaves like a mixin.
Okay.
I don't know if you heard the sneeze in the background, yes or no?
I heard something.
Cool.
Is it working now?
Let's see.
No.
Yeah, we need to, can we console log what we get from board there?
I think because it's not you're not in a single file component, you still need to view extend.
Oh, maybe you're right. I don't know.
You're currently not in a single file component, so you still, because it's a JavaScript, you need to do the view extend here.
But we are getting the same error than when we were running Vue extend, huh?
Yeah, but we didn't have the extend inside.
You say because you're just exporting a plain object right now?
Yes.
He's actually export a component.
Yes.
Okay, so here it looks like, all right.
Can you try the view extend just for me?
Yeah, totally.
So like we were doing before, right? Import Vue.
Yes.
I think we can also do the board extend, and I think that should be fine. And I think I know how to fix the problem that we just have because we did a console log.
Okay, so
we do the board extend because technically when you have a component, it's kind of also like a Vue instance, or somehow they share the same stuff. Yeah, so we could do that.
Well said.
Yeah. You can get rid of line 11. But what's been thrown errors on line 32, and look at the lovely comment on line 31. But since we just console logged it, it looks like when we import an actual Vue component, it does do Vue.extend, but it gives you Vue.extend.options already. So we want to return, well, don't worry about that. It's just, it doesn't need the dot options. And then we should be good. And we saw that by just console logging what we got from board. We just don't need the dot options right after board. Yeah.
like this?
Yeah.
Oh boy, this is a bad pattern.
Yeah. Hey, you don't like some OO inheritance?
I mean, extending Vue
Nico's like, I
components.
mean, no, I don't. Yeah, it is problematic.
Default extend is not a function, so we still need Vue.extend, right?
Oh yeah, you
Or
must be
maybe
right.
extends now work that we fix this.
You know, you're right. We do need Vue.extend, and we do need to do the extends board thing. Yes, because so for single file, whenever you do Vue.extends, you get like a whole Vue instance again. So you could do things like board.extend, but you also get this dot options, which has all the things that were all the options of our component.
So we need a mix of the two approaches, basically.
What'd you say?
So we still needed to fix the computed on line 32.
That one should be fine. We still needed to do that on line 31, but now, yeah,
it works.
It works.
Now it works.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Okay.
So everyone, I have 3 minutes. What if I move this to a branch real quick and?
Yeah.
Sure. And it just assign Paul for the merge.
Yeah.
we still haven't touched the test, huh? Just saying.
But this is good. This should be a pure refactor. So like that's nice. So go ahead and if you want to go ahead and create a work in progress merge request, and if you want to send it my way too, just to.
You're out of office. So
not now. I'm not going to look at it now. But On Monday.
Why is this? This thing is still stushing. Jesus, how slow it is.
But no, this was a lot of fun. This was really helpful.
Yeah, this is really helpful for me.
If you want to continue now, I rush it now. Otherwise, I jump to the next meeting and then with some calm, I just create a branch and ping everybody on top of it.
No, this is a good stopping point. So yeah, if you want to just create a branch and go ahead and create a work in progress MR and ping everyone on it, that would be great. And especially if you want to ping some people in the planning group as well. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, I saw that Scott worked on that stuff, so I can ping Scott's there.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Okay,
hey,
everyone.
Nico, this was fantastic. Thanks so much.
This was fun. Thank you.
Just IP, Chad, thanks for hopping on. I'm going to stop recording.
Bye.
Adios.
Have a good one.
Bye, everybody.